Proud to serve northeastern and central Pennsylvania. This is WNEP 16, the news station. Now, Nolan Johannes, Karen Harch, Chief Meteorologist Tom Clark with his backyard forecast, and Joe Zone on sports. This is the Newswatch 16 update.
Good evening. By the time we wake up tomorrow morning, the American hostages may be out of Beirut. We have the Slate report from ABC's Bob Windsor in Beirut.
A warm welcome home to Little Rock, Arkansas tonight for 48-year-old Jimmy Del Palmer, released from Beirut 2 days ago for health reasons. And tonight, the 39 remaining hostages are reportedly getting ready for a trip to Damascus, Syria, and an end to the crisis. ABC News was in a Beirut hotel tonight as more than 30 of the remaining hostages ate a late supper together. At an earlier gathering requested by ABC News, about a dozen hostages who have not been seen since the hijacking gave us their thoughts on their 2-week ordeal.
I'm feeling depressed. I still have hopes, but my hopes are dim.
We're caught. We're pawns in an incredibly complex political, religious movement, relationships between countries. We're average citizens. Every one of us has wives, families, and we're caught.
ABC News was told that Lebanon Shiite Muslim leader Nabi Berri, who has been negotiating for the hijackers' demand that Israel free Lebanese Muslim prisoners, has controlled only some of the hostages, and that at least 4 Americans have been in the hands of the radical Hezbollah, or Party of God. But the leader of that sect in Beirut reportedly told Syrian President Assad that no harm would come to them. Assad is said to want the hostages out of Lebanon and the crisis ended. Assad is apparently willing to hold the Americans in trust for a few days until Israel frees the more than 700 Lebanese prisoners, most of whom are regarded as potential terrorists in southern Lebanon. The 3 crewmen of the hijacked TWA jet are believed still aboard the plane at Beirut Airport. Bob Windsor, ABC News.
Negotiations to try to prevent a strike by state workers will continue tomorrow. Thousands of unionized state workers all over Pennsylvania are still threatening to walk off the job Monday morning if they don't get a contract they want. What would happen if there were a strike by state workers? Well, if workers at the state welfare office walk out, unemployment checks, retirement benefits, and food stamps would still go out on time. State-run hospitals say they will continue to provide care to patients, but it's not clear what a strike would mean to patients wanting elective treatment at state hospitals. It's against the law for state prison guards to strike, but food and other service workers at state prisons could walk out. If they do, prison officials say they should be able to handle the workload. State parks will also remain open, but officials say there could be maintenance problems there. 2 school districts in our area that were hit by teacher strikes this year held graduation ceremonies this evening. Seniors graduated from the Crestwood Area School District in Mountaintop. And IP reporter Bob Costantini was in Schuylkill County for tonight's ceremonies in the Panther Valley District, ceremonies that were held just in time.
These young people are graduating from Panther Valley High School on the very last day state law allows it. Even so, some have already moved on to higher education, and being here is a problem.
To me, I'm already graduated, because I'm at college now. It was just sort of a pain coming back and forth. I have tests on Monday, and I had tests today. I'm not getting the effect that everyone else is getting.
But she's lucky to be here. A few graduates can't make it to the ceremony at the Carbon County High School.
The people who went into the Army, a few went on June 16th, and they cannot leave basic training before that. The 8-week period is over, so they cannot get back here for graduation.
Of course, for most, this is a very special night as the gym slowly becomes a sea of gold and black. The class of 1985. These young men and women who went to school through their Christmas and Easter breaks to make up for days missed by the strike. But now, relatives smile proudly, cameras are busy, and the future is just as uncertain as if there had never been a strike.
We'll simply leave you with some of the words written by the class of 1985. How are we to know that we would be the lucky ones? Ain't it funny how time flies when the best was yet to come? All the memories we'll share tonight, we can't change the things we've done. Our high school years have slipped away. This is our song, Unsung. Bob Costantini, Newswatch 16, Panther Valley High School, Carbon County.
Students at Temple University will be paying higher tuition this fall. Tuition at Temple will go up by 7%. Pennsylvania residents will now pay $3,100. Out-of-state residents will pay more than $5,400. Schools such as Williamsport Area Community College would have less money problems if a new bill is passed in Harrisburg. Right now, the state pays community colleges $300 per student. If the new law is okayed, that would increase to as high as $1,100 for each student. More than 500 jobs will stay in Schuylkill County thanks to a grant from the state. A check for almost $139,000 was given to the Atlas Powder Company in Schuylkill County. Company officials told Newswatch 16's Dan Fiorucci today that the money will be used to train workers how to use a new type of detonator for explosives.
Basically, this is a safer method of setting off an explosion.
Exactly.
If somebody goes by with a two-way radio, it won't detonate explosives unintentionally.
That's right.
Atlas says without the state grant, it would have had to move its explosives plant out of Schuylkill County. The money came from a state program that's designed to bring new industry to Pennsylvania and keep old businesses from moving out. Coming up, recalling the cars so the wheels won't fall off. We'll have an Action 16 report. Plus, a little later, we'll go up the lazy river for some rest and relaxation as Newswatch 16 update continues.
Hi, this is Jimmy Cefalo. Did you know that somewhere in this country an Oldsmobile is sold every 30 seconds? That means we have the length of this commercial before the Olds you've been looking for is sold. If you come on down to your Olds friends of northeastern Pennsylvania, you'll find the all-new Calais with its aerodynamic styling. The Cutlass Sierra, America's hottest front-wheel drive. The Delta 88, the roomier family car. This is the last year for this large size model. And the 98, the luxuriously styled Oldsmobile. But hurry, time is running out. Phew.
If you own a Ford Tempo or a Mercury Topaz, you may have to take it back to the dealer for repairs. As Action 16's Jerry Gartenberg reports, Ford is recalling 290,000 of the cars because of defective rear bolts.
The cars were manufactured with defective rear bolts. Bolts the company says could break and cause a car to go out of control.
You're talking about one of the wheels or both of the rear wheels becoming dislodged from the vehicle. It will throw the wheel out of position. You won't be able to control the car properly. It's not a safe condition. That's why Ford Motor Company has recalled the cars for this defect.
Ford says it's received 30 complaints about bolts breaking off and 4 reports of accidents. Some Tempo and Topaz owners say before the bolts broke, they noticed a clank or rattle coming from the rear of the car. Ford has just sent out recall notices to all owners of the defective cars. If you get one of those notices, or even if you suspect a problem, you're asked to take your car to a dealer and have it checked out.
Now, Ford will replace the defective bolts on its cars for free. The company says so far the defect has not caused any injuries. Jerry Gartenberg, Action 16.
Well, next, meteorologist Tom Clark with some hope for the weekend. Hope that it won't be too cold and clammy, Tom.
Let's hope not, Karen. I have here the latest version of the weekend weather from those giant weather computers down in Washington. And it looks like we're going to be able to salvage some of the weekend. I'll be right back.
Dandy, light and lively six-pack. Snack it, smack it, back it, pack it, tuck one in your jacket.
Yogurt lovers, you'll love the money-saving six-pack of light and lively low-fat yogurt. So smooth, creamy, fruity, and delicious.
So stock a stack, get the knack of the handy-dandy, light and lively six-pack.
Toyota is offloading trucks with selection and deals like never before. Your Toyota dealer's Super Selection Days offer 10 models of 85 Toyota trucks and vans for the same or below last year's prices. They're loaded with trucks and dealing like never before with trade-ins and on-the-spot financing. Toyota is America's #1 selling import truck, so hurry because they'll be going fast during your Toyota dealer Super Selection Days.
It's Rome, it's Napoli, it's Trieste and Sicily, it's a bit of Italy called Fanucci.
Luscious Italian food made with all homemade ingredients, an old world atmosphere. That's Fanucci's. Route 611 Swiftwater, 2 miles south of Mount Pocono.
It's dining graciously with cuisine that's heavenly. It's a bit of Italy called Panucci's.
Time to go out to the soggy backyard. Tom Clark, has it stopped raining out there?
Karen, it has for the most part. Just a light sprinkle coming down now. Let me see here. About 1/10 of an inch since 6 o'clock. That brings the grand total to just about a 1/4 inch so far today. I've had reports of amounts up close to a 1/2 inch across northeastern Pennsylvania. And so far this month here in the backyard, almost 2 1/4 inches has fallen in June. And I must say the Kentucky bluegrass has never looked better. Very lush and very green. Temperature now under, well, no stars to be seen at all. The moon is even shielded tonight, 57 now. The humidity is 97%. It's been high all day. The wind west at 5. The barometer is rising just a bit now. The high today here, only 60. Look at the normal high for this time of year, 81 degrees. Won't that be nice when that comes again? 52 the low this morning. 94 and 45 are the records, and it was quite nice 1 year ago today. Our photographer Larry Lavelle was down on Broad Street tonight in Tamaqua, Schuylkill County. Had some rain down there. The latest satellite view is before you now, and since Tuesday we've been talking about a storm that's been stalled just south and east of New England. You can see the big swirl of clouds from that storm there. The constant flow of moist, cloudy air in from off the ocean down into Pennsylvania continues at this hour. A few breaks right there, though, but more showers to the west and some light rain falling over northeastern Pennsylvania now in spots. More showers up to the north. But it looks as though the circulation around this monster storm is going to gradually weaken over the next 2 days, and that means the flow of moist air will subside, and that will allow some drier air to begin to work its way in. You can see some of it up here and out to the west, and so I think that's going to, well, you'll see the effects of that come Sunday. My forecast for tomorrow, well, no joy. If you like to worship the sun, I don't think there's going to be much of that at all. A little bit warmer temperature-wise, and yes, maybe a shower or two, a bit of drizzle from time to time, but it will not be as rainy as it was today. Towanda, 70. Dixon City, 67. West Hazleton, about 70. Coqualamus, 74 tomorrow. And in Jersey Shore, a little bit warmer there as well, 73. The wind tomorrow, very light. Now, the sunrise tomorrow morning will occur, just for the record, folks, 5:32, and it sets now at 8:40 tomorrow night. Okay, some dense fog in the highest elevations tonight. Light rain off and on, some drizzle between now and daybreak, 55. Call it kind of gray once again tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised if the sun tries to come out at times in the afternoon, but nonetheless, no joy. 70 for the high. Now, Sunday, much better. After a dry evening tomorrow night, I think the moon will break through, and we'll see some sunshine on Sunday. No chance of rain then. 77 for the high. Monday looks good, and isn't that typical? So, Karen, Sunday is your day this weekend.
Okay, yeah, no joy tomorrow.
No.
We'll have a good weekend anyway.
Okay, Karen, you too.
A Wilkes-Barre soup kitchen is asking for your help to feed the needy. For many of the 200 people who are fed here every day at the St. Vincent de Paul Soup Kitchen, it's their only hot meal of the day. The kitchen on Jackson Street is run by Catholic Social Services, but it takes a lot of money to feed all of the people. That's why the soup kitchen is looking for sponsors.
There are about 40 people on this committee, and each of those 40 people will go out and get about 10 people to make a $100 donation to the kitchen, and then that person's name will be posted on a particular day.
It costs $100 a day to be a sponsor of the St. Vincent de Paul Soup Kitchen, and your name goes on the sponsor board. The fund drive here in Wilkes-Barre runs through September. Coming up, a perfect day for the big Americans at Wimbledon, plus a local boxing show that featured the top-ranked middleweight contender in the world. Joe Zone has the Sports Watch next.
Good morning. I'll have a ham and cheese omelet.
Make mine French toast.
Breakfast sandwich with sausage, tomato, and lettuce.
Where do you guys think you are, Wendy's?
Wendy's introduces made-to-order breakfasts. Your choice of 4 omelets, a breakfast sandwich with your choice of toppings, or choose from these other freshly prepared entrees.
Where'd everybody go?
Wendy's.
Now we're serving breakfast for Wendy's kind of people.
What's going down at your Quality Plus Ford dealer? Ford month prices. Factory authorized option package discount gets you more LTD for your money. Save hundreds. $10.96 to be exact when you get this specially equipped LTD with this. And much, much more. Ford savings, Ford quality, Ford value, Ford month. Now at your Quality Plus Ford dealer.
Friday night at the fights, and I understand, Joe, it was such a good show.
There were some good fights tonight, some so-so fights, but we'll show you the best of what happened on that big fight card at Rocky Glen tonight. We'll start it off with Murray Frazier. That's Joe's son on the left, right there. Middleweight bout, a little 6-rounder, going at it early, and of course, Joe was in tonight. There he is to watch his son Murray go at it against Kenny Rodriguez out of Hartford, a 6-round lightweight, and it is a decision for Murray Frazier. I'm not surprised at that one. Then we go to the next fight now. Kenny Stiles of New York City versus Armando Montalvo of Port Chester. This is an 8-rounder. Now Stiles with his back to you. There he is in the red, and boom, he takes down Armando right there early in the fight, just the second round, and this one is over early, and that's a TKO for Stiles. Now watch this. Reggie Gross on the left, former silver medalist. There's a shot right there. He takes out Hector Rodriguez. That's a TKO. And that sets us up for the big fight. Mustafa Hamsho, the #1 ranked middleweight contender in the yellow trunks, is back in. This is the first round, 15 seconds in, and it looks to me like Miguel Rose is going to be out of it. But he roses from the dead, and he's back in it, folks. Now we're in the 8th round. Watch the combination, put him away. Start of the 8th round. Hamsho has pretty much dominated this fight. There's the left right there. Down goes Rosa, and Hamsho is now 46-2. 2 of those losses came to Marvelous Marvin Hagler. That was the show tonight. Looked pretty good. Big series in St. Louis for baseball. The weekend in the Cardinals and the Mets. And take a look at it in today's plays in the National League. Cardinals going to work right there. Base hit on the board early in this game. 2 run, and that makes it 3-0. The Cardinals came back, but no.
Finally tonight, grab a corncob pipe and straw hat because we're going to take you for a ride down the river, Huckleberry Finn style. As Jack Renault reports, a Pittsburgh steelworker is living his lifelong dream of sailing down the Ohio River to New Orleans on a raft.
When I was about 12, we lived on a river in West Virginia. And my father and I were out in the boat one day, and the water was high, and we didn't have any oars. We just had some homemade paddles. And we broke a paddle. I tried to kill a snake with a paddle, and I broke the paddle. And we started drifting down the river. And it took us a while to get into the bank. And at that time, my father says, well, why don't we just keep on going all the way to New Orleans? And that's where I got the idea, really, of the entire trip.
And now, 33 years later, Ray Foster is living out that fantasy. Leaving behind his job in a Sharon, Pennsylvania steel mill, Foster embarked for New Orleans on a log raft held together only by rope and wooden pegs. His voyage will take him 2,600 miles along the Allegheny, Ohio, and Mississippi rivers. And despite the concessions to the 20th century, this is a pretty accurate replica of the kind of raft Huck Finn might have used near Hannibal and Cairo. It's constantly taking on water, and it rocks through every wake of the huge barges that keep Foster and his first mate on constant alert.
The first day I took off, it's like, will this raft stay together all day? And then will this raft last a couple months? And then this raft's going to make it. You know.
Foster is using horsepower only so the SS-2 stays right on schedule for Hannibal, Missouri. It will be part of the Huck Finn celebration in July.
It's like there's no one out there who says I'm crazy or you shouldn't do it kind of thing. Everybody is kind of cheering me on. And
after his trip, Foster will disassemble his raft, catch a Greyhound back to Sharon, PA, and resume work at the steel mill. But he does so with the satisfaction of being one of the few people who had a dream, reached for it, and lived it. Along the Ohio River near Carrollton, Kentucky, this is Jack Renault reporting.
He just keeps rolling along. And that is Newswatch 16 update for tonight. Next on Nightline, more on the move out of the American hostages. For the team, including Nolan, who has the night off, thanks for joining us. Good night and have a great weekend.
When you see news in the making, Newswatch 16 wants to hear from you. Call 1-800-533-NEWS, toll free from anywhere in Pennsylvania. Call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. 1-800-533-NEWS.